Bakhmut is the longest and bloodiest battle of the war so far, and it has seen Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin once again hurl his men, mostly recruited from Russian jails, into the maelstrom with a reckless abandon that's shocked observers and seasoned fighters on both sides. But the Ukrainians acknowledge they've also been suffering significant casualties at Bakhmut, which Russia is coming ever closer to encircling. They claim Russia's losing 7 soldiers for each Ukrainian life lost, though NATO military officials put the ratio closer to 5-1. Amid such losses, some analysts have questioned the tactical sense in fighting over the now wrecked town that once had a population of 70,000, arguing this has become more of a symbolic confrontation, one Ukraine could disengage from without risk to neighboring and more important towns. And some Western officials have been privately contending that Zelensky may have been better advised to withdraw from Bakhmut much sooner, in much the same way Russia made a tactical retreat in November, albeit in their case, belatedly. But this week, Zelensky defended his decision to keep the country's forces fighting in the besieged town. In a television address and an interview with CNN, the leader said, "This is tactical," and emphasized that Ukraine's top generals were united behind his decision. According to Zelensky, if Russia succeeds in finally capturing Bakhmut, they could go further. They could go to Kramatorsk. They could go to Sloviansk. It would be open road for the Russians after Bakhmut to other towns in Ukraine, in the Donetsk direction, he said. That's why our guys are standing there. He also included an additional reason for asking his troops to doggedly slog it out as well. Russia needs at least some victory, a small victory, even by ruining everything in Bakhmut, just killing every civilian there, he said, adding that if Russia is able to put their little flag on top of the town, it would help mobilize their society in order to create this idea they're such a powerful army. This decision to hold for as long as possible in Bakhmut is now gaining support from some top U.S. generals too, who say Zelensky's right to not order a retreat. But their thinking differs from Zelensky's public reasoning. "I think at this moment, using Bakhmut to allow the Russians to impale themselves on it is the right course of action, given the extraordinary casualties that the Russians are taking," retired General and former CIA Director David Petraeus told Politico. Petraeus added that the Russian troops in Bakhmut are not just Wagner conscripts and former felons. Some of Russia's best troops are there as well. So the Russians are committing an enormous amount of their resources on a very costly offensive, the outcome of which is still uncertain. Obviously, this all hinges a bit on an assumption that the Russians don't have inexhaustible manpower, and I think that's the case right now, he said. For example, they literally only have 1 division that's not already committed in battle. That's a very small reserve to have available to exploit any battlefield success. Petraeus sees no chance that Russia will be able to turn its significantly larger national population to its military advantage anytime soon. Russia's next scheduled conscription cycle doesn't start until April 1st. It appears they are doing another what's called ghost conscription, a sort of irregular local draft once again. But that has not been particularly successful in the past, he said. So the big difference in kill ratios, whether it's 7-1 or 5-1, does mean there are serious battlefield ramifications for Russia. And meantime, Mikhailo Podolyak, advisor to the head of the presidential office, has said that the armed forces of Ukraine are preparing for a counteroffensive, which will begin in about 2 months. "We are not in a hurry. We will reorganize over the next 2 months. We will exhaust the Russians in Bakhmut and then focus elsewhere," Podolyak said in an interview published today by the Italian newspaper La Stampa. Podolyak also stressed that Ukraine needs long-range missiles for the offensive, and Western partners should increase the supply of heavy 155mm artillery shells. The defense minister Oleksiy Reznikov recently confirmed that preparations for the Ukrainian counteroffensive are underway. The U.S. expects that Ukraine will be able to launch a counteroffensive in the spring. The head of Ukraine's military intelligence, Kyrylo Budanov, said there would be decisive battles in Ukraine from mid to late spring.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. you know, he's doing the job every day.